The art that has been produced here spans centuries. And we have this history.
Hi, Terry. Let's go inside and I'll show you some sculpture. Ooh, there he is. I go with red pants.
And the recording by these artists of this area, because it's so small, is fascinating. When I was at the University of New Mexico in the 50s, it was a very exciting place in terms of the art that was happening. And Elaine de Kooning came to teach the graduate students. I asked Elaine to discuss Bill de Kooning's work on camera. I felt it would make an interesting document as artist, critic, and wife. She really brought a lot of New York scale and New York fun. It was just terrific. She and I became very good friends. And eventually, she was the reason that I came to East Hampton in 1979. So I was visiting her, and she said, well, let's just go out and just drive around. So we'd gone about 2 blocks, and there was this house for sale, and we looked at it, and I said, well, there's no place here for me to paint. And she had a very characteristic gesture. It was like this. She usually had a cigarette between two, like this, and she said, don't worry about it. The whole house would just be your studio. I indeed thought it would be a very good place for me to be. Now the paintings are bigger than I am. There were artists here that were doing things. They were doing things that hadn't been done before.
You better bring it up. Mother of God, I've seen that one.
I have.
Connie? Connie Fox and I have been an item for about 15 years now.
I met Bill in Berkeley. When you were, what year was that?
65.
When you had that show in the Berkeley Gallery?
Mm-hmm.
I just barely met him. I didn't know him until I moved here. We were playing in Audrey Flack's bluegrass band. That's really where we met each other. We were called the Art Attacks.
Hey. How about another one? Okay. I came here because my then wife taught second grade in the Dalton School, and one of the parents of the second grader had a house on Georgica Beach. Hello, welcome to Save Our Beaches, Part 2. Come out, she says, come out to the Hamptons. A lot of artists out there, and you're gonna love it. It's 400 steps to the ocean. So I jumped at it, you know. Artists in New York, we've all heard about the East Hampton, not the Hamptons. Been here ever since.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You said in a literal way, but I was just curious what Sammy's relates to your life in a symbolic way. Why Sammy's?
My work relates very strongly to wherever I am, even though I'm an abstract painter, but my impetus somehow always gets transformed through the world that I live in, meaning how it looks, how it feels. When I came here 30 years ago, I practically became immersed in Sammy's beach regularly to swim and sit and walk, and I took photographs. Sammy's beach is about 3-4 miles from here. It's a tidal bay beach, and the tidal part is really important because all kinds of things happen in the water, and the water is really nice for swimming.
There's energy at Sammy's beach that the naked eye doesn't pick up, but you pick up swimming.
A lot of it has to do with details, and it's a very kind of undramatic beach in its way, but it's amazing. I always find something new. So I've gone there without ever considering making paintings of it. You know, this is not the way I work. And these are definitely, once you see them, you'll understand they're not landscapes, but still they have elements of Sammy's beach in there.
I find there's a very robust sense of memory in your paintings, and you're not observing nature in your paintings. It's inside of you, and you're experiencing it on your canvas.
That's exactly right. The tangle of these kind of drawn lines, like I did in the first one, define something else than what they are, really. It defines a kind of feeling of the space. It has nothing to do with my looking at the roots.
Here's one I did last year, I guess, about this time.
Look at that. What the hell are you trying to say? That's a ridiculous question, isn't it?
There's that circle up there, and if somebody says to me, "Is that a moon?" my answer is, "That's a good question." That is a very important part of the painting. It does look like a moon and it doesn't look like a moon. And I'm not going to explain it to you. Come on. If I explain it, it'll ruin it, and that is a painting I don't want ruined. A painting is a thing of the mind, but it's free. It's free of associations, really. It just becomes its own thing.
I said one night, I says, "You got everything Van Gogh has." And she says, well, she didn't say anything, just looked at me with that poison look, you know, but I called her a mighty painter the other night, and I think she liked that, and I mean it too. I mean, she is absolutely the screaming end. I don't know any other way to say it.
So I'm just wondering, from your perspective, how do you see your work?
Oh, I think I'm hot stuff, you know, because I'm in art history. People tell me, "Jesus, Bill, you took American sculpture a lot farther than it had been." That's something to hear from somebody, know what they're talking about. You swell your head till it cracks open. If anybody interested in American art, years from now, centuries, I'm pretty confident I'll have a place in the art curve, you know? I'm not worried about that. I think I'm right. But it has no bearing at all on today's studio life. I can go up in the studio, starting all over. Jesus, that's us. Each one of us thinks the other one is a really good artist, you know? and each one thinks the other one is insane, and we get along somehow. But the work, oh God. I don't know. I see some things of her that really rock me. And every once in a while she'll say something about something I made that makes me think, good God, she really knows what I'm trying to do, or actually do. She's sort of a national treasure, the way I see it, because she kept going all the time. She had children, she'd been married twice, she kept it going. She kept her painting going. I asked her if she ever had any trouble with her husband saying, you know, you're ever in trouble with your husband stopping your career? She says, stopping your painting. She says, no, guys don't like it. Guys don't mind if you're painting. Don't mind you in the studio, but it's when you start to have a career that they get upset.
For me, I would have missed such a great part of life if I hadn't had children. Children and grandchildren. For that, I am so grateful, I can't tell you. You really like looking at my work.
And young people, younger than me, I'm pretty old at this point, and I'm your grandson, they love your work. So you need, your work has a new life, that it just needs to be out there.
Yeah, I really get that.
That's
the
it.
People who...
It's like a fourth generation of your art.
Been around so long, it's beginning to look new.
It does look new. It's timeless and it looks new. So your work is going to have lifetimes.
Why did artists come here?
Well, they came here because of the ocean, as well as other artists. It's always been a magnificent ocean, one of the best in the world. People know this, artists know this, and it's just small enough so that there can be a real community of artists. To see how this place has changed, and the artists have changed, but they keep coming. They come here, and it's very nourishing. It's a nourishing place. That's it.
That's a wrap. That's how we end.
Let's end.